Now the mayor, who was on record for being racist and in the recording, has now provided another recording, an apology. Here it is.
I'm here today to say I've made mistakes, and I'd like to apologize for the pain I caused to the residents of Clark, my family, my friends, and all those that were offended by my comments. They had a right to expect more from me. My words should not reflect on any of them. I deeply apologize for my hurtful and insensitive language. It was wrong. I'm embarrassed and ashamed to have spoken that way about a race of people. I've learned and I have changed, and it will not happen again. However, a true measure of a man is whether he can admit an error and then learn from it. Let me tell you what I mean. Back in 2020, when the BLM marches came through Clark, I thought I understood why people were drawn to the street to participate. After interacting with people of all generations and races at several rallies and hearing their moving stories, I started to see a much bigger picture of how discrimination played into a complex history.
He's still racist, okay? That mayor, we talked about him when it first happened, paid off a cop who secretly recorded him and others, paid off a cop $400,000 to keep it a secret, all right? And then gave him another $200,000+ to work, even though he did not work. It was exposed because the city tried to take the cop's pension away, so the cop decided to reveal the recordings, and now the mayor is in fact apologizing. Clark Mayor, this is in New Jersey, all right? Sal Bonaccorso is apologizing for racist and misogynist comments captured on secret recordings, saying in a video posted online that he is embarrassed and ashamed. His statements follows revelations last week by NJ Advanced Media that the township paid more than $400,000 to conceal those recordings under a 2020 legal settlement after a whistleblower threatened a lawsuit. Now, I want to remind you, this is the classic, I am still racist tale. In his apology, you notice, did he apologize to black people? Specifically, did he apologize to black people? No, he literally decided to create proximity to blackness and provide no apology to black people. That is what he did. All right, there's more. His apology represented the first time, ladies and gentlemen, he had publicly acknowledged using the slurs, which included the N-word and the other, to describe black people. His apology follows denials to NJ Advanced Media. He literally told them, I did not do that. He and others had used racial language. Last month, the mayor said he was blindsided by the allegations and could not recall using the N-word. He also claimed he knew nothing about the recordings and said that he had many black friends. Typical racist response. N-word, I don't recall. You know, it's either something you do or you don't. Either you say it or you don't. Either you're racist or you're not. You don't recall being racist. It's a possibility that you are. You just don't remember right now. Okay. And he also said he knew nothing about the recordings and that he had black friends. Once again, proximity does not negate racist sentiment. 2 years ago, the township concealed allegations by quietly agreeing to pay a whistleblower and his attorney $400,000 under a legal settlement. The whistleblower is a lieutenant, Antonio Manata, who was allowed to remain on the payroll for more than 2 years without working at an additional cost of $289,700 in salary alone. I mean, this is called blackmail, all right? But it was a settlement. In exchange, he turned over the recordings to ensure they would not be disseminated and agreed to not file a lawsuit. that would have brought them into the public eye. So this man gets what? $700,000 because the mayor was embarrassed that he's racist and said the N-word. So they covered it up. This is corrupt. This is criminal. Why are we not talking about arresting the mayor who worked this deal? Or maybe the other officers who were involved, or maybe the city officials. You see, the reality is the cop who recorded y'all, and I mean that intentionally, recorded a lot of you. This wasn't just the mayor, because it takes more than just the mayor of a city to move $700,000 secretly. He got the goods on every single one of you, and I hope those recordings come out on all you SOBs, because if you are racist, you cannot fairly represent or lead communities I love. Ben, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, what an embarrassment. How the person is still allowed to stay in power is unbelievable. To say I don't recall saying the N-word, isn't that worse? Yeah. I say it so often, I don't even remember.
Don't even remember last time I said it.
Yeah. It rolls out of my tongue like water. That's insane and embarrassing and shameful right there. Then I always love how these apologies, they even in their apology, they're crafting trying to damage control such a horrible situation. They really still betray their true feelings by saying, I'd like to apologize to my friends, my family, people I care about, and anyone who might have been offended by this. Not to all people, not to all human beings, to anyone who might have been offended by me using horrible, racist and misogynistic terms. To them, look, I feel bad if you took it wrong. His statement should have been, I'm embarrassed. That should have been the real truth. What he really was trying to say is, I'm embarrassed and ashamed that I didn't check for secret recording devices when I'm just staying my
Exactly. He got caught.
Yep.